5 more things that you must do before leaving the military. Network aggressively. Reach out to people and say, look, I am either on the heels of a transition or I have recently transitioned and I'm looking to dive into the civilian working world in this industry. Thought you'd be somebody that it would be good for me to connect with. Don't ask for handouts. Don't ask for anything. If you are humble and you are genuinely seeking information and expertise from other people, approach networking aggressively with an open mind. People will want to help you. Don't ask for a job. Don't send a resume if you haven't been asked to do so. And there are a lot of veterans out there, like you're not going to get any special treatment. Use LinkedIn. Optimize your profile. That's a super important part of it. Grow your network using the same principles you use to grow your in-person network. Don't treat people differently just because it's digital. That's how you burn bridges and ruin relationships. You don't even have to ask for advice. Just connect. 6, 7 times out of 10, they're going to say, is there any way I can help you? If you go in and ask for stuff, they're going to say, okay, happy to connect. See ya. Bye. An important distinction. And don't be a hermit. You have to post content. And don't be afraid to post about your journey. You cannot do this without LinkedIn. Well, I mean, you can. It's just not advisable. Start accumulating your civilian professional wardrobe. Don't go overboard because you don't know what your post-service gig is going to look like. But if you only have attire for an interview, golly, you're in for a rude awakening. On the male end, you're going to need a charcoal suit. You're going to need a lighter suit, either a navy or a gray. You're going to need brown shoes. You're going to need black shoes. You're going to need brown belt. You're going to need a black belt. You're going to need black socks. You're going to need other colored socks. You're going to need a white shirt. You're going to need a light blue shirt, maybe a yellow. You need 4 or 5 ties. I was stinking clueless. I got the job, and then I had to drop like $1,000+ overnight. So I didn't have anything to wear. In a professional environment, it's probably not advisable to wear the same thing back to back or 3 to 4 times a week. Having a professional look at your resume. A civilian professional that is familiar with private in corporate America, or a federal resume expert if you're looking to go into the federal world. It's going to help you get through applicant tracking systems. It's going to help you get interviews and get better paying jobs and give you more ammunition for when you actually get to that interview. That's money well spent. Same with your headshot. Folks that know what they're doing in that arena know how to set you up and provide you with the most photogenic, high-res thing that you will use for the next 10 years and beyond. That goes on your LinkedIn. Depending on how modern your resume is, it can go on that too. So you can go on your website, go on your blog, go on all your social media. You will never regret investing in resume and professional headshot stuff. Your mental health is in danger when you transition. You need some time to decompress, to reacclimate. Maybe you're moving. Maybe you need to get accustomed to a new area. Your family needs to get accustomed to a new area. Your family needs to get accustomed to a new you. Have these discussions with your family, with your spouse. This transition may be challenging for you and for them. You and they are going to be going through some stressors. A lot of veterans transition and deal with stress in unhealthy ways. And a lot of things that have been built up and pent up over the last 4, 8, 12, 20 years of your service that you never had a minute to sit down and contemplate because you were too busy kicking butt in the military are all going to come home to roost, and they're all going to come at the same time. And you need to process it. Many veterans, your identity stems from your gig because your gig is more than a gig when you're in the military. It's all-encompassing way of life for you, for your family. Civilian working world isn't like that. And a lot of veterans have a hard time not equating their value and self-worth with their career and their job because their value and self-worth and identity was tied to their service. Understandably so, mine was. So if you think about an 18-year-old joining the military, not really knowing who they are, but then for the next 20 years, their self-worth and identity is tied into their occupation, and at the age of 38, 39, 40, for the very first time, they are tasked with figuring out who they really are as an adult contributor to society. Think about that. Talk about a mental health crisis. That's an upheaval. And your transition process, by the way, doesn't end when you get a job. That is but one facet of your transition. All of the preparation you can do and all of the 9 tips that I gave you in this video and the preceding video that led up to this tip are useless if you don't take care of your mental health.